Hi, parents and players of the boys tennis team. I just wanted to put together hopefully a short video for you guys to just introduce myself, Matt Westfall, the head tennis coach, and Coach David Honadel, who will be our JV coach this year. Instead of doing an in-person meeting, I thought we could do a virtual meeting, and you guys can look over it at your own pace and kind of have a video to refer back to as well in case you have any questions or concerns that maybe you need to revisit. So the main things I want to talk about in this video are the schedules that are coming up. We'll have some printed out versions for you, but for now, just for family planning purposes, just the preliminary schedules. We'll get the team specific schedules to you out probably after tryouts, after tryout week. And then the official match schedule is on Tandem already. And then we'll go over some team policies, announce the fundraising, the uniforms, picture date, what the tryout format will look like, activity fees, and any schedule changes due to rainouts. And then the final thing is a Google form I'm asking everybody to fill out just to make sure that you understand the things that are in this presentation, the things that have to get done before the first day of tryouts. So the first thing, the schedules, the varsity schedule will have a couple extra matches than the JV one, just because of some teams in the Federal League don't have JV teams. So that'll kind of be noted on the schedule here coming up. But we'll get those to you, like I said, end of tryout week, beginning of the next week. I encourage everybody to join the Remind group for schedule updates as well. Anytime there's announcements, I'll send that out. So the Remind group, if you text the at E2C2H to the number 81010, you'll join this group. And then the team policies, I'm not going to read through all of them, but the main things are to do your part. Athletes, make sure you're doing your part. Be on time. Make sure you understand the expectations for the team are to be kind to one another, to be encouraging. That's what teams do. To make sure that you make your parents aware of any changes through Remind. Encourage your parents to join the Remind as well, so they can be notified. But if they're not, make sure you let them know, so that they have a lot of things going on as well. They expect you as high schoolers to be responsible, so that's part of your role here as well. Knowing what uniform we're wearing on which days, we'll have a blue shirt and a white shirt. So that'll be noted on the calendar, on the schedules that you're going to be getting. So being responsible for those things, wearing the right uniform, being on time to practices, arranging to make sure you have ride pickups on time. Just so mainly the JV coach, Coach Dave, he has a lot going on. He has a lot of commitments as well, as do I, with, sometimes my kids have activities in the evenings I have to get to. So it would be great and courteous if we could all wrap things up at the time it's supposed to wrap up and have rides ready to go. We'd really appreciate that. So those are main team policies, as well as if the bus departure time says 3:15, being there a little bit early with your stuff ready to go so that you're not holding the team up. Next, the Chipotle fundraiser. It's going to be Saturday, March 13th from 5 to 9 p.m. This is the one in North Canton by the Acme. This is our only fundraiser this year, and we only get 33% of the sales. So we're asking everyone to be responsible for at least 20 sales. That's not you personally, just getting at least 20 people to go and make a purchase and tell them that you're there for the boys tennis team, the Lake boys tennis team. That's really going to help our team out. This pays, the money that we raise from this pays for our senior nights to honor our seniors. It pays for extra training equipment. It really helps us out. This is our only fundraiser, so we need to make sure we do our best to get as many people there as possible. And since so many teams and organizations are doing the Chipotle fundraiser now, it's tougher to raise money, so we have to do our best. There is a new little explanation here of how order online and pickup is handled now. So make sure to read over that and encourage people and communicate clearly that they can order online as well. and pick it up at the store. So we have tryout week, and then Saturday, March 13th is the fundraiser. It's that Saturday. So the preliminary schedule, just for March, so you can see what it looks like. The week of March 8th is tryouts. It's going to be 3 to 5 for everybody. And I just mentioned that, being on time is important, and having rides ready to go at 5 o'clock is important. The one exception is tryout week, and I apologize to parents, but if we're doing tryouts in March, which we are, the weather is not typically cooperating. So if we get a nice day here, one of these days where we are doing tryout matches outside and we run a little bit long, I apologize, but we need to make sure we get those in this week so we can kind of narrow down JV and varsity. So when I say tryouts, everybody's going to make the team, JV and varsity. We'll have some extras beyond JV that'll be like exhibition matches, but everybody's going to make the team. This week is to determine who makes varsity, who makes JV. So these practices, the 3 to 5s, these ones may run a little bit long, but not much. So every other practice, though, the varsity practice is going to be from 3 to 5. And then since Coach David is an elementary school teacher, he can't get out here until a little bit later. So the JV practices are going to be from 3:30 to 5:30. The 15th is picture day in the main gym at 4:10. We're going to wear our uniforms, the blue shirts, and we have white shirts as well. We're going to wear the blue shirts and the black shorts. And we'll talk about uniforms here in just a minute. And then we're going to have a short practice to follow. I'm guessing our picture is going to be done around 5. So once we know, the pictures always run late. So if we don't get out there until 5 or 5:30, we're going to have the guys on the way out there text their parents. We're going to try to have a 30-minute practice, just a short practice after pictures, and we'll let the parents know what time we're going to be picking up that day as we're heading out to the courts. So the rest of that week is going to be varsity practice 3 to 5, JV practice 3:30 to 5:30, and the same for the following week up until the 26th, which is our first match. And this is kind of an odd year where the match dates for boys tennis can start on the 26th, but we weren't able to get our scrimmage until the Saturday. So we actually have a scrimmage after our first match, which is a little odd. But this Highland multi-team scrimmage it's varsity only. We're going to talk about with Coach Dave whether we want to have a inter-team scrimmage on that day for JV as well, or work it out on another day maybe. But I'd like to get them a scrimmage in as well, maybe inter-team. And then the next week we have spring break. So we're going to have morning practices, 9:30 to 11:30 on those days. And then on Thursday we have Dover, which is varsity home for sure. And I'll put little notes here as I talk to coaches and I get their information, I put down what they tell me. So possibly JV away, but we'll discuss closer to match date if they're going to have enough JV to have a full match, or possibly they'll bring the JV they do have to Lake to play with varsity. We'll let you guys know as that approaches. Nothing on Good Friday, nothing on Saturday, and then Easter is Sunday. And then we get into our match schedules and our Federal League match play, starting off with Jackson on that Monday. So here's the March schedule to get you started, hopefully for planning purposes. And then, like I said, I'm going to pass out the varsity and JV specific schedules on hopefully the 15th so that all the families can plan accordingly for April and May for what's to come. Now, just in general, just give you an idea, the last day for tennis is going to be early May. Like the first week in May, we have sectionals. So it wraps up pretty early. So that should give you an idea of what to expect. And all the match dates are on Tandem at this point. So feel free to check on there. So speaking of Tandem, in case you're new to the team, if you go to the Lake Local website and you click on Parents, the district activity calendar here, a really nice way to get right to the tennis schedule is to go to reports and then to arrow over one page and then go down to tennis. So boys tennis, let's look at the varsity schedule. Boys tennis 2021, and it gives you the whole tennis match schedule. home and away, along with departure times. Now, this is also going to get printed out because we're going to put which color shirt and shorts we're wearing on here for each match. But in case you lose that and you need to find out what time the bus leaves, here's the departure time. The return time really doesn't mean anything. Tennis matches don't have a clock. They go till you're done. So we can't really estimate too well when those are going to be done. But the departure times, pay attention to. And speaking of that, for parents who are new to tennis, because there's no referees as well, as soon as a team gets to the school or the opponents they're playing, or if a team comes to Lake, we typically get started about 15 minutes after they get there. So if they get there a little early, we may start early. And we're fine if the athletes text their parents to let them know that in case you want to come watch. So just keep that in mind. All right, I got at the player meeting back in the fall, I got contact information and uniform sizes. If those need to be adjusted, please let me know as soon as possible, since those have been ordered and are ready to be passed out, and we will pass them out before picture date. The parents are going to be ordering 2 shirts. So you're going to get a white shirt and a blue shirt. Combined at $65 with the logo we have on them. The money's going to be due Friday, March 12th, which that's the last day of tryouts. So if you could have the money by then we can pass out the shirts and get ready for picture day. So as soon as the money is paid, we can pass out the shirts to those individuals. Check if you make it out to LABC, or cash is fine. The shirts look like this: the white shirt, Nike white shirt and blue shirt. And the team will provide shorts. So we have Nike shorts in black and royal blue. So we're going to wear the blue shirt with the black shorts and the white shirt with the royal blue shorts. So you get to use the shorts for the season. You'll pass them in at the end, and the shirts you get to keep. And the plan is to, I think I have a note on here. Please make the checks out to LABC, which is the Lake Athletic Booster Club. The plan is to keep the shirts to use for both this year and next year. So I like to, I know these aren't really cheap. I try to get quality shirts that are a little bit thicker and will last. I like to use them for 2 years. That way you're not buying shirts every single season. So make sure you can take good care of them, players, and hang on to them for next season as well. All right, the tryout format. Like I said, that week of tryouts, we're going to be doing a lot of match play as well as skill evaluation. So for those brand new to tennis, we have 3 singles and 2 doubles teams per varsity and JV team. So that's 7 players on varsity, 7 players on JV. Now we've had 15, 16, 17 players coming out to open tennis consistently. So like I said, we'll have a full varsity, full JV, and then we might mix some new players in with JV to get them some experience. Now, there will be some days that not all players can play in a match, just because a lot of teams we play, not a lot, some of the teams we play don't have full JV teams. So Coach Dave will do his best to put together a rotation or a lineup and let you know. That way your parents aren't coming if you're not actually playing. Just understand, though, we only can work off of what we know from the coaches that tell us what they have and what they're bringing. And that's not always accurate. So we're going to do our best on our end, but we can't always guarantee that they're going to have a full team show up. That's very frustrating, to be honest. So we will do everything on our end to make sure that the rotation is thought out and prepared ahead of time, so the parents can make necessary arrangements. Because a lot of times, I understand you guys are leaving work early to come watch matches, so we want to respect that as well. So the tryout format to decide singles and doubles and JV and varsity. So sometimes we'll have, some players play better at singles and they make singles, and some play better at doubles and their skill sets are better at doubles. So we kind of look for those. Now, we've told the players all along, if you're, looking to make varsity and, say the single spots are taken and you want to make doubles, you may beat someone in singles head to head. That does not necessarily mean you're a better doubles player than they are. Doubles players' skills are consistent serves, consistent volleys, good teamwork, good movement at the net, understanding how to play a good doubles point. So those are all things we look at when we watch a match. So just because someone wins head-to-head in singles does not necessarily mean they have the spot over the other person, where they may be a better doubles player. So keep that in mind as we go through tryouts. So we're going to try different combinations. We'll do match play to kind of figure out who plays well together at doubles, and then within singles, once that's decided, who plays best. And you have to play in order of ability. So first singles is better than second, is better than third. Now doubles, first and second doubles can be, you have to play in ability as well. Your first doubles team has to be better than your second doubles team. Technically, you could put the best player on your team at first doubles. That's not no problem with that. So the only restrictions are that your singles play in order of ability and your doubles play in order of ability. So that's how tennis works. And since there's 5 matches on varsity and 5 matches on JV, to win a varsity match as a team, you have to win 3 of those 5. So you could win all 3 singles and lose both doubles. You could win 1 singles match and win both doubles matches. That would win as well, and so forth. All right, this activity fee, that date is not accurate. That was last year's date. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more and get some details on that. I need to talk to the athletic director for that. Schedule changes, they're going to be updated in tandem, first and foremost, updated in tandem. So if you want to know when a match got rescheduled, we're going to try our best to send that out in a remind text, but it's going to be accurate here in tandem. This is what the whole district goes off of. So instead of asking a coach or texting a coach, maybe at 10 o'clock at night, try to check tandem first. All right, so we already talked about the remind group and how to join. It's down here again in case you didn't get a chance to see it. And then lastly, I should have mentioned final forms. I think I did up above and I didn't really talk about it a whole lot. Final forms, all of your medical information needs to be accurate in final forms to participate. So final forms, most of you, the parents, filled them out at the beginning of the school year. Emergency medicals are in there. If you've done a sport, you might even have your physical updated in there. But please go in there and check. If anything is red, that means it needs to be taken care of before the first day of tryouts. If anything is red, the day of tryouts, you may not play, you may not participate until everything in there is green. So physical updated, emergency medical updated, parent sign off, player sign off. And if you didn't select boys tennis as a sport that you're involved in, then I can't even verify, I won't be able to verify if your information's updated because you won't be on my list. So we'll try to talk about that individually here at Open Tennis. But I need everybody to go into final forms and check to make sure everything is green. All right. Make sure that's taken care of. I don't want to have to tell you, no, you can't participate today because your physical's expired. All right. Let's take care of that. Make sure we're on track. So I'm going to send out a remind text for the Google form, which, if some parents aren't joining remind until you're seeing this video, then players, please pass it along to your parents, have them join the remind group so that they can get this. But the Google form is going to confirm you've watched the preseason video, this video, and to confirm that you understand the team expectations and medical paperwork requirements to participate. And it may also have some information on there about the uniforms and other things as well. My email address is westfallmatt@lakelocal.org. Feel free to email me. Feel free to send me a message through Remind. And I really look forward to working with everybody this season. We have a great group. I've really enjoyed Open Tennis and the attendance that's been there. This is a great group to work with, and we're looking forward to a great season. Please ask me any questions if you have them, and I look forward to seeing everybody soon.